The chairman and CEO of Gallup, the polling agency, says the official monthly unemployment rate is essentially phony. Jim Clifton, the CEO and chairman, writes this, quote, "The official unemployment rate, which cruelly overlooks the suffering of the long-term and often permanently unemployed, as well as the depressingly underemployed, amounts to a big lie." With me now is Jim Clifton, CEO and chairman of Gallup. How are you, sir, and good morning to you.
I'm doing great, Bill. How are you?
You made a headline after you wrote this piece. Tell me about the big lie. What is it?
Well, if I could do it over again, Bill, as I mentioned to him, we might call it very misleading, but the point is that number is getting so messy. It might be the most important metric in the United States of America and the world, how many people are working. It mixes part-time and full-time. And, of course, what everybody wants, a great American dream, is to have a good job, not a crappy job.
Yeah, or an average job. But what you write, Jim, is that the big lie has consequences. What are the consequences?
Here, the number of full-time jobs, and that's what everybody wants, as a percent of the total population is the lowest it's ever been. That's what that number doesn't show. The consequences are of that. Well, there was at the recession, we lost 13 million jobs. Only 3 million have come back, and you can't see that in that number. The other thing that's very misleading about that number, when the number comes out, the more jobs that drop out, the more people that drop out, the better the number gets. So we might add 250,000. We might add 250,000 jobs. What reporters or what the administration at Wall Street doesn't ask next is, well, how many people dropped out? Well, that number might be 500,000. It actually makes the unemployment number better when those people drop out.
Listen, 11.2% is the number we have of underemployed. And to your point, you write this. When the media talking heads in the White House and Wall Street start reporting the truth, the percent of Americans in good jobs, jobs that are full-time and real, then we will quit wondering why Americans are not feeling something that doesn't remotely reflect the reality in their lives, and we will also quit wondering what hollowed out the middle class. Is that the story here, Jim?
I think so, but if we don't diagnose this right, we tend to prescribe the wrong things. What will fix America just very quickly overnight, and we can fix this, is we need 10 million jobs, but not these new kind of jobs that we're measuring. Imagine that they're a fix, because you'll hear both Wall Street and the administration say that we've had more success with unemployment than we've had in 10 years. That's just absolutely not true. The full-time jobs number is the worst it's been in 30 years. But if we just could add, this is just a minimum, 10 million jobs, real jobs, good jobs, then the middle class is back and the whole country's, it'd be better if we had 20 million new jobs, but 10 million would fix it. But right now, it's headed the wrong way.
You know, Jim, we hear this a lot from our colleagues at Fox Business, and our friend Stuart Varney has been talking about this for years now. But I think it leads us to the next question, and that is, what are our political leaders doing that have a direct impact on this? What are they doing to correct it if the middle class is being hollowed out?
Well, the most reliable place, Bill, that you can find jobs is in new business startups. And this is a number that nobody talks about much at all. But new business startups is the lowest it's been in like 20 years or ever. America's not starting businesses anymore. It's a birth and death rate. We need about 500,000 new businesses to start while 400,000 die. 4 years ago, those lines crossed. So now we're in very dangerous waters. But those full-time unemployment jobs will never come back until free enterprise and the spirit of entrepreneurship kicks back in again, because all that's going the wrong way.
And that's a big, big challenge. We're going to post your article on our website, our Facebook page for America's Newsroom, okay? Because you're right, the media loves a comeback story. The White House wants to score political points, and Wall Street would like you to stay in the market. You know, that's a troika right there. Jim, thank you. We've heard it a lot, as I mentioned, from our colleagues at Fox Business. We don't hear it so much from a lot of other sources, and we wanted to bring you on and hear you out. So thank you for your time. From Gallup,
thank you,
Jim Clifton. Appreciate it.